Part 2. The smell of something reached Jessica's nose. Kerosene? Like the heater in her bedroom? No, that wasn't it, but it smelled very similar. The glass brightened again, and Jessica's eyes caught a glint of silver. Another wet bead slid down the side of the glass, and she reached to catch it before it hit the table. As the moisture touched her bare skin, Jessica felt a hand slide into hers. Come on, hurry. Jessica looked around, confused. A tug on her hand. The wind howling, swirling around her, tossing her hair in her face. Her very wet face. We've got to hurry. She looked to see who had spoken. A young man, taller than she, with long blonde hair, pulled at her hand. The strong smell of some kind of fuel hit her again, and Jessica saw flames surrounding her. Wood all around blazed, the smoke choking her with its acrid stench. The young man held up a lantern. Why would he need a lantern when fire was all around? And started down the long wooden corridor. Come on, Max! His voice faded before Jessica could tell him her name wasn't Max. The deafening sound of an angry surf filled her ears. The fire had gone, and Jessica could feel wet sand of the beach beneath her feet. Before her lay the young man, his long blonde hair splayed out in waterlogged coils. She felt herself kneel at his side, saw her hands reaching to turn him over. Joshua! Joshua! She heard a voice called. Was it hers? It came from her mouth, but it was male. A silver chain with a cross slid over the blonde boy's chest, out from under his soaked linen shirt. No, not a cross. An anchor. Or was it both? It looked like both at the same time. The cross ended in two curved points like an anchor. The glass lantern the boy had held lay beside him, half buried in the sand. A small dog, a scruffy terrier mix, licked at the cold, wet face of the blonde boy and cast worried glances at Jessica. Max! Joshua! Where are you? A cold wetness froze Jessica's feet. Wind swirled around her, rattling the windows. But Jessica blinked several times and looked around. The room was still dark. The candle flickered on the glass on the table. No water surrounded it. No beads of moisture slid down its sides. A sharp bark at her feet recalled Jessica's attention. Molly stared up at her. The dog held a rubber ball in her mouth, tail sweeping in furious arcs along the floor. You saw that too, right? The fire and the boy and the dog? Molly inched closer to Jessica and bumped her hand with the ball. The dog whined. Just like the dog in the dream. Vision? Imaginary, made-up thing invented by creepy darkness and the weather combined with watching too many episodes of Ghost Hunters? Jessica looked back at the candle in the banded glass. It blazed innocently, looking for all the world perfectly normal. The wind howled again. Molly whined and inched even closer to Jessica, looking up at her pleadingly. Jessica couldn't help but smile. Whatever had happened had obviously all been in her head because things were just fine. Back to normal. As if in agreement with her thought, the lights flickered to life. Jessica heard the steady hum of the refrigerator kick back on, and the clock on the microwave blinked 12 o'clock at her. Molly whined again, and Jessica reached for the ball. The little dog scooted back a couple paces in anticipation, and Jessica threw the ball down the hallway. Jessica pulled her jacket tighter around her. She and Molly continued walking up the hill. As much as Jessica loved coastal Oregon, the weather in December could really be nasty when it wanted to be. The leash in her hand went instantly taut, and before Jessica could haul Molly back from whatever disgusting thing had captured the dog's attention, Molly had jerked the leash out of her hand and was off and running along a path Jessica had noticed but never taken. That was private property. "Molly, come!" Jessica called in vain as she took off after her dog. It was only a minute or so before she stopped short. Molly was sitting, perfectly still, in front of a small round stone about as tall as she was. Jessica looked around and realized she was standing in the middle of a small graveyard. "I know this place," she thought to herself as she picked up Molly's leash. "It's the old maritime graveyard, the one they call the Pioneer Cemetery." "Come on, Moll," Jessica said as she tugged at the leash. Molly didn't budge. She just stared at the stone. Remembering Molly behaving just as oddly a week prior, Jessica looked to see what the dog was so fascinated with. She caught her breath as she read the stone. Joshua Miller, born 1863, died at sea, November 23, 1879, one of 11 souls lost aboard the bark Lady Beatrice. The sun broke through the clouds for the briefest of moments. A glint of silver drew Jessica's eye. A cross in the shape of an anchor dangled from the peak of the rounded stone, hanging from a tarnished silver chain. The end. So there you are, a reading for you all. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, that's an unpublished short that I wrote for charity called called By a Lantern Bright. I may put it online. We'll see. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Depends on what you all think. Maybe you want it, maybe you don't. Again, it's just a little something I wrote for charity. It's not completely, edited or anything like that. It's just there. It was for me to read. So that's pretty much it. I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. I did think about stuff to talk about, but I don't have anything right now, aside from the reading and the apology and Bee Girl. Come here, little honey. Come here. Oh, this is the girl. See, here we go. Oh, this is the baby. Hello. So yes, here's Bee in the background, as promised. And the reading, as promised. So that's pretty much all I have for you. Yeah, that's all we got. That's all we got. This is so sweet. Anyway. Okay. That's all I have for you at the moment. If I think of anything else, I will probably vlog or blog about it. I can't promise you another vlog, but I will try to be a little more attentive. No, we're coming back on the lap now. Yes, we are. We are. So, anyway. Okay, thanks. Bye. Have a nice time. I will see you again at some point.